The good news, however, is that we have a lot of influence over how much power those experiences have in our children's lives. Most of us can remember shaming events from childhood that felt defining. But more than likely, we remember them because we didn't process those experiences with parents who were open to talking about shame and committed to helping us cultivate shame resilience. I don't blame my parents for that any more than I judge my grandmother letting me stand next to her in the front seat while she was driving. They didn't have access to the information we have today. Knowing what I do now, I think about shame and worthiness in this way. It's the album, not the picture. If you imagine opening up a photo album, and many of the pages are full of 8x10 photos of shaming events, you'll close that album and walk away thinking, shame defines that story. If, on the other hand, you open that album and see a few small photos of shame experiences, but each one is surrounded by pictures of worthiness, hope, struggle, resilience, courage, failure, success, and vulnerability, the shame experiences are only a part of a larger story. They don't define the album. Again, we can't shame-proof our children. Our task instead is teaching and modeling shame resilience. And that starts with conversations about what shame is and how it shows up in our lives. The adults I interviewed, who were raised by parents who used shame as a primary parenting tool, had much more difficulty believing in their worthiness than the participants who experienced shame occasionally and were able to talk about it with their parents. If you have grown children and are wondering if it's too late to teach shame resilience or to change the album, the answer is no, it's not too late. The power of owning our stories, even the difficult ones, is that we get to write the ending. Several years ago, I received a letter from a woman who wrote, "Your work changed my life in a very strange way. My mom saw you speak at a church in Amarillo. Afterwards, she wrote me a long letter that said, 'I had no idea there was a difference between shame and guilt. I think I shamed you your entire life. I meant to use guilt. I never thought you weren't good enough. I did not like your choices, but I shamed you, and I can't take that back, but I need you to know that you're the best thing that ever happened to me, and I'm so proud to be your mother.'" The woman said, "I couldn't believe it. My mom is 75, and I'm 55. It healed so much, and it changed everything, including the way I parent my own kids." In addition to helping our children understand shame and use guilt self-talk rather than shame self-talk, we have to be very careful about shame leakage. Even if we don't shame our children, shame still shows up in our lives in ways that can have a powerful effect on our family. Basically, we can't raise children who are more shame resilient than we are. I can encourage Ellen to love her body, but what really matters are the observations she makes about my relationship with my own body. Damn it. I can soothe Charlie's concerns that he might run the wrong direction around the bases by telling him that he doesn't have to fully understand the ins and outs of baseball before his first t-ball game. But does he observe me and Steve trying new things, making mistakes, and failing without becoming self-critical? Damn it, again. Lastly, normalizing is one of the most powerful shame resilience tools we can offer our children. Like I explained in the last chapter, normalizing means helping our children know that they're not alone and that we've experienced many of the same struggles. This applies to social situations, changes in their bodies, shaming experiences, feeling left out, and wanting to be brave but feeling afraid. There's something sacred that happens between a parent and a child when the parent says "me too," or shares a personal story that relates to their child's struggle.